good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Bar, and we're here to discuss some wrestling. Hope all of you having a good one. Have you catch this whenever you catch this. Now, understandably, all right, a lot of wrestling. I'm not fucking joking, chat. A lot of wrestling has happened from Thursday evening to Saturday evening. So much wrestling that you could say, you know, we're just waiting to say we can't take it, all right? We can't take any more wrestling, but we're just gonna keep getting more wrestling. Like, I don't know, bro. We have AAA with a new title change from Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortis onto Mystico and there's no way I just butchered this shit. It's Mystico and all right. Or now I have to fuck him. All right. It's Mystico. One second, chat. Damn, I'm gonna have to cut this out. Mystico and 1 second. Okay, with Mystico and Mascara Dorada are two amazing talents, and that basically is going to possibly set up more Mystico, showings in ROH. Positives. Hey, that is a positive, my humble opinion. Then we also got SmackDown, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green. Only thing I really cared about. Hey, what can I say? I'm an agenda first kind of guy. It's what it is. I don't know if Danhausen was on SmackDown. He probably was, though. Do y'all want me to talk about Danhausen? Okay, then. All right. SmackDown's kind of just been a bust for weeks. Yeah. There was a segment with LA Knight and Solo. Wasn't moved, but I guess maybe tag team endeavors for LA and Solo. I guess. I don't fucking know, Chad. You tell me if this makes any sense. All right, you tell me if this makes any sense. All right, next couple of things that I think deserve a little bit of attention from the Federation. Night of Champions happened. Night of Champions. It's been received pretty interestingly. The Oba and Jay match wasn't to my booking liking. Oba did win. Jay had like 5-6 minutes of just solid offense. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I'm like, what the they got like damn near falls on Oba. I'm like, are you niggas high? Are you niggas out here fucking Jay? And like, it's not even like he's like a heavyweight, brother. Like Oba, he outweights him. He height mogs him. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I don't know what any of that was about. But obviously Oba did go over. Right choice on that. They're probably going to be setting up Oba and won't spoil that because we could get to it, but hey, we're not there in the night yet, so everyone just have a little patience. It's probably going to be Oba in the WWE belt, but again, Roman has been on Roman's kind of you could say he's been at his heels a little bit for a while now. So, I'm expecting a Roman and Oba sometime. I don't know when. But could also be Roman and Jacob. Roman and Jacob isn't impossible because I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see where this goes. But again, what I can say is that the right choice was definitely made in Oba. Obama, the feminist, going over. The Buddha Fish drunken master. It was better than the Javon Evans match. But again, I just don't know why he gets so much offense off against Oba. The nigga, because this is the stupid thing, right? This is the stupid thing about wrestling. Now, if Jay is lined up from Brock, is he about to have a competent something like, because Oba beat Brock. And Jay Uso was just having his whippy doing suicide dives and shit. Like, and mind you, Oba did intercept one of the suicide dives, so it wasn't like a complete onslaught, but it's just like, Oba? We do this with Oba? Okay, all right. No, but again, Oba going over, right choice. The internet. Look how much of a fucking. It's not like such a jabron. But the IWC, the fan base, if you would, they're mostly pleased with it, and I didn't have a problem with it. So good 1-to-1. Fairs to you, Helmsley. Next match on the card. By the way, we're going to be discussing this. I didn't know that they would be in Saudi Arabia. They mentioned it like once or twice, but I was like, okay, maybe they're fucking setting some bullshit up, right? Plus everything going on in the world right now, I thought maybe that would just be a cute little fake out, right? Because come on. But they are in Saudi Arabia, and the women's outfits are just not. It's not it. Not it. If you like them, that's cool. Not it. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. Hate to break it to all of you. You know, the matches, they're decent. I think that live match with Io was a bit too short for me, but again, they're in Saudi, so they don't want to see a 20-minute classic with Io Sky. It's just is what it is. And then, oh man, I think I'm not positive if Roxanne and Raquel were at the ringside for this match, but I'm saying this preemptively because there was just a carny level of just, you know, just silly shit from this next women's match that we're gonna have to discuss sometime later in the night. And I'm not sure if it took place in this Io and Liv match. From what I've seen from it, it wasn't terrible. But you know, Io winning the King of the Ring, and then the title not being on the line, that's dope. That's dope. Or maybe it was on the line. Well, you know what? Actually, you know what? I can say this confidently. It has slipped my mind. I'll edit this in post. If Io Sky is your new Women's World Champion, but you know, again, if she isn't, you shocked? You shocked? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. All right, who knows though? You know, I love to be proven wrong. Next match on the card is going to be Sethington Rollins, the freaking Messiah, versus Big Braun, the Braun Breaker. All right, the Bronson Dog. Solid match. The opening was a little silly. Opening 15 seconds, little silly. I know what they were going for. One of these niggas need acting classes. The other one doesn't. That's all I'll say about that. That's all I'll say about that one. It was fine. It's fine. It's fine. A lot of people don't really fuck with the finish. I didn't hate the finish. In my viewing of the match, I did not see any Vision slop, any Paul Heyman involvement, even though Braun Breaker being like an official Paul Heyman guy, and like that being like, and mind you, this is just the glory days I'm reminiscing on. But if you all recall that amazing Hell in a Cell match that Brock Lesnar had with Undertaker many moons ago, Paul Heyman, right, was damn near like, like an amplifying force of that match. So if we can get moments like that with Braun Breaker, that'd be nice. Don't know if we could get that in today's federation. I don't know if that's what we do anymore. But you know, again, Paul Heyman is he's useful. He's very useful on the mic. Useful in matches. You know, a manager. It's classic shit. You know, it's not just faction running masked man slop. You know, it's like it's a manager. It's yeah, you're building a story. Your character is tied to this guy in kayfabe. So it kind of just makes sense if Paul was there. I'm not sure if he is, but you know, it would make sense if he was there. My client Paul Heyman. Paul just fucking walks out to the fucking Lesnar music. Duh. Sorry, don't mind me, chat. Don't mind me. Okay. Next match on the card that again didn't hate. Didn't love, didn't hate it. Jade versus Tiffy. A lot of people are giving a gripe to this Tiffy and Jade match. Tiffy has been a very stiff wrestler. That's just kind of, I hate to be that guy. I think that's like her thing. It is what it is. Like, and oh man, it's interesting, right? Because no, it is not the best style of wrestling, and I don't think it's even arguably a good style of wrestling. You can argue that, like, it's just not good. But and I guess the easiest example, like Pac wrestles the way he wrestles because that's just how his body can contort. And I think we have to understand there's a reality where maybe Tiffy's like, you know, freeform kind of like a body contortion is just flat board, and it's like we can't put that on Jade. No, we can't put that on outside interference like Charlotte Flair and Chelsea. We can't put that on them. Also, big question I have. Just throwing this out there. When exactly are we going to do like 1v1s? Like actual 1v1s, not like this, not whatever this was. Because if you would have told me that this was just a 3v3, I would have believed you. But unfortunately, this is a 1v1, and everyone gets involved in this match. And this is the aspect of the carny shit I'm talking about, because they're in front of this Saudi crowd. My apologies. They're in front of this Saudi crowd. They don't want to take shit too seriously, right? And Oh man, even with like this fucking, because I'm not gonna lie, chat, it wasn't an amazing match. It wasn't an amazing match, but it was a fine Jade match. And again, Jade is a very fine wrestler. Like she's solid. She's solid. In my humble opinion, there's nothing wrong with Jade Cargill grabs, especially when she's in there with somebody who knows what they're doing. She's had good matches with Rhea. She's had good lockups with Charlotte before. Like, we've seen Jade put on competent bouts, so I don't know. Also, all the fucking white commentators commenting on her wig cap, relax, it's weird. It's weird because your fucking wife probably has bleached dyed ends, all right, that are burnt to a hot crisp, okay? All right, not too much on a black woman, not too much on Jade Cargill. Next match on the card that I think, again, you know, deserves a little bit of recognition. Wasn't horrible. It's a very cool match, though. You know, people are calling this like a B tier paper, not a B tier, but like the B pay-per-view. You know, like a best example would be like a No Way Out back in the day, right? Like you know, they wouldn't do a fucking, you know, a John Cena Hulk Hogan run-in type situation on a No Way Out show. If this is tracking with anybody, right? For all my 2000s and 90s kids out there, for this pay-per-view, again, no title change, but it's just a very like silly nature to all this. Like Little Yachty's involved in the post match, and it involves like him with like a kendo stick, and then he does like the people's elbow. Like, who is this for? Who is this for? Mind you, this could have just been Mello and Trick having their first one of, you know, best of 5 series or whatever the fuck you want to build with. Again, Mello and Trick. That is such a simple, easy story to tell. I have no idea why they are like just tiptoeing around that story. I want to believe they're saving it for SummerSlam. Genuinely, I want to believe that they're saving this for SummerSlam, because this just very like cartoony nature. It's just, who is this benefiting? You know, like their prime demo is 18 to 36. It's been like that since it's been like that since COVID. It is what it is. Christ. We gotta get through the rest of this episode. Now, to discuss the biggest part of this night, the 3-way. Pause. Gunther, all right, the the Austrian badass, Cody Rhodes, you know, the American Nightmare, and Sami Zayn, all right, the Canadian underdog. These three have a very, very, very solid match. The best part about this match is not only Sami Zayn, all right, but the determination that spills out of Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes easily has one of his best matches tonight. That is without question. Gunther, unfortunately, is a bit of a third fiddle, but obviously it's just not his night. It wasn't his night, all right? From a very beautiful sequences of, crossroads, eventually leading to a haluva kick, not only onto Cody Rhodes, but a pop-up reversal from another haluva kick later in the match, eventually resulting in a 2-second a reversal for a crossroads, leading to a roll-up. Uno, dos, tres. El Generico is your new WWE champion. And I'd be a liar if I said that my agenda wasn't pleased. My agendas were pleased tonight. Now, roll-up victory. They're gonna harp on that, and they're gonna make it seem like he's some dastardly, evil, maniacal fuck, right? They did this on purpose. And I want to extrapolate on this for 2 seconds, right? Because there is no way Sami can be a heel now, right? That promo he cut after the match, banger. It was perfect. Seamless. No notes. All he had to do was maybe, I don't know, drop a cuss bomb. I drop a cuss bomb, drop an F bomb, but it maybe took the fire out of Gunther's F bomb. I don't know. Gunther post match was fucking amazing. His clash that he had, the clash in Saudi Arabia with the brawling Brit and the Austrian badass. It was, man, there were solid parts. There were very, very, very solid parts about this win, about this match. My biggest takeaway is that this is Sami's home turf. So any kind of heel story that they have to build on this now, they now have to demonize, or kind of kick the back end of Sami's home turf. Like in even small moments when they were booing, they booed Cody Rhodes. Like, Cody Rhodes pulled the ref out the ring, and it was audible, loud boos, and he didn't get flustered. He didn't get shooken up by it. He played into it. He started to antagonize Sami Zayn. Now the boos got louder. They got sharper. They got deeper. Like, these are solid aspects, again, of a good worker. Cody has never not been that. So the idea that he hasn't went heel yet, I always felt like that was just honestly a huge mistake on behalf of creative. I don't know what this can lead to other than a Sammy face run. And understandably, a lot of people are theorizing that Oba is gonna put this nigga Sammy under the fucking, under the Montreal Peter Pan bus back to New York, right? But Sami Zayn getting what he gets here, it hits. There is a lot of the fan base that is satisfied. There's a lot of the fan base that is at ease. They're pleased with the ending of this taping, something that they haven't felt in a very, very long time. Like, these are undeniable positives, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it does come, as we touched on earlier, this would be like Mick Foley getting to roll up on The Rock and, what was it, like our In Your House show or something like that, right? That is the equivalent of it. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit any of you, but the fan base is pleased. Hey, supply and demand is a very simple business, all right? When the people want something, you give it to them. Sammy, world champion. A lot of people have been asking for it because Sammy has been a very consistent part of that locker room for a very, very long time. And now the devil finally got his due. I'm pleased. Again, if they do want to turn Sammy heel, they got to find a way to make this work. They have to find a way to make this guy with the images that came out of that championship celebration, they have to make that look heelish. I don't know how you do that. Have no clue how you do that. And then even if they do that, I mean, like, think about that, right? Like, oh, you're like in the West, you're gonna demonize this Arabic, champion who's embraced and who's loved by the people. I think he went up there and said, like, this is for my people. This is for like my family. He said this all in Arabic. I think he said like something Islam, and I don't want to be like inflammatory or like what would the word be? Like hysterical. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he said. I could believe maybe it was like, oh, like this is for like the Nation of Islam or something like that, right? Like it was a very embracing, very all-encompassing, like we did this, it was like a community win. So I don't know how you spin this as a heel. It's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be very, very hard. Sami Zayn is your new WWE champion, and coming out of Night of Champions, I can say, I was expecting a Jade Cargill go over, on Tiffy, because that Tiffy title run has just been, it's Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time. It's just been stale. It's been very stale. I really didn't expect her to keep that championship. I don't know if they're gonna do that title run either. Piper Niven is also like including herself in this, like online. It's a fucking mess, bruv. It's a mess. But everything kind of excluding the women's matches, unfortunately. Sorry, ladies. Solid. Very, very solid. And even like the Rick and Trick match, it wasn't my favorite, probably like my least favorite match of the night, to be honest. But it served its purpose, and again, we're probably going to be seeing Trick and Mello some time in the later future due to this 1v1 already being patched up. So, I mean, fuck. I mean, like, what are we talking? I mean, okay, we're going to include the ladies' matches. Good 6 out of 10. Good 6 out of 10 pay-per-view. But again, if we're going to exclude the kind of Saudi Arabia forced nonsense, what a good 8, 7.5 out of 10. A good 8. A good 8 out of 10. Like, this wasn't bad. This wasn't bad at all. And even on the aspect of this taking place around the same time as Collision, right? Collision was a very, very good wrestling show. Unfortunately, WWE, the Fed, they put on a better entertainment product, and that's just kind of what they're known for. So I mean, when you look at the matches, not only between, like that, honestly, that main event stole the fucking cake for me. Like, that main event was fucking amazing. Between Athena, Mercedes, High-End, and Maya World. To think about the the butterfly effect of two people who just got booted from the Fed, telling Tony Khan to eat their dick, and now Maya World is soon to be on the pay-per-view card for Forbidden Door, with probably what all people recognize Mercedes as is an inspiration for an entire generation of women's wrestlers. This is practically like the Joe Schmo from your local boxing alley, right? Getting up there and having a 1v1 with John Cena. Like that is practically what we're dealing with right now. Like, Mercedes Moné raised an entire generation of wrestlers. So massive ups to Maya World. I can only imagine what that meant for her. Getting that news, and the match itself was probably gonna be very good. It takes place today in like T-minus 6 hours, so I'm gonna be prepared for that in the best way I can be. Orange Cassidy along with Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly had a very solid match with Shibata Hook and Anthony Bowens. The end to this match kind of had a bit of a miscommunication between the ops, leading to a victory from leading to a victory from the conglomeration. The conglomeration versus the ops. A very simple match, not upset at it. I'm looking forward to see where this Anthony Bowens story goes. I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. But look, we've touched on this before. He needs Max Caster, all right? And Max Caster, unfortunately, doesn't really need him. But I would like to see the Acclaim get back together. Or maybe just Max Caster back on my television screen. Because, all right, let's go Max. You are the best wrestler alive, all right? Hey, it is what it is. Is what it is. Let's also get to that Thekla promo, the Thekla promo that she cut backstage. Very, very good how they're treating Thekla. Hey, I'm obsessed with it. Hey, can I be honest with all of you? I'm fucking obsessed with it. It was great. All right, Thekla is doing amazing things in this locker room. Also to touch on the women again, circling all the way back from Mercedes, Persephone, and Billy Starks. They are competing for the CMLL Women's World Championship, and it is a very, very good match. Billy Starks is so comfortable just doing whatever the fuck she wants, and I think that's why she's so beloved. Would be. It's like, the reason it took me so long to come to it is because I was thinking of Hardy at first. It's like Hardy. It's like a Hardy-esque, but it's not. I'm gonna say Javon or some weird shit. No, it's Lita. It reminds me so much of Lita. So free, so just honestly, just so free-flowing, so spontaneous, so risk-taking. Billy Starks is great. Billy Starks is great. And then again, as the kind of mentoree of Athena, she just has that really stiff, hard-hitting nature that's just kind of innate in her style. Very, very good shit from this match. Honestly, this is a very good wrestling match. This is a very good wrestling show. Again, from Collision, we get Mystico, Speedball Mike Bailey versus, the premier athletes. It was my first time really even seeing these guys kind of, doing anything. I thought these were the young grizzled veterans, right? I was proven wrong. So this match, with Mystico, it was good. It was good. He's rocking that ROH Tag Championship, which, again, I expect he's going to be doing a lot of ROH tapings. My demon, my goat. I'm so excited for that. And honestly, we can't even talk about this night without, talking about Desmond Xavier and Kevin Knight, all right, for the TNT Championship. These two are going to cross paths a bunch of times in this. These two are going to have hundreds of more matches, and we're going to love all of them. This was a phenomenal match. It was maybe, including Night of Champions, maybe my third match of the night. This was a very, very good match from not only Kevin Knight, but Desmond Xavier. I think they have like a Red Hood Joker gear gimmick going on. I'll have to double check that one, but it was solid, man. This was a good collision. All right, Adam Priest, Jack something, they did their 1-2. Jack something obviously picks up the dub, but Adam Priest, man, the perseverance that he is showing in that ring, it is future TNT Championship worthy, future national championship worthy. I think at the moment Mark Davis is the national champion. I need Adam Priest versus Mark Davis ASAP. Get that shit on my desk by Tuesday. Or you're fired, toots. Like, real shit. This was good, man. Solid collision. But again, as I stated, Collision in AEW put on a better wrestling show, no question. The Fed put on a better entertainment product. And, again, with people like Oba, with people like Sammy getting the shine that they deserve, positives, brother. Positives. This is good. This was a good twofer. Solid double feature from your boy Cappy. Honestly, this is very, very positive. And that was pretty much everything that I had for our, you can call this our weekly wrestling report. I hope that isn't too silly. For any of you. All right, I will try to get to not only One Piece, but our weekly world report as soon as I can. All right, hope all of you stay hydrated. It's healthy. However you catch this, whenever you catch this. All right, and as I always say, all right, you all stay tuned, stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace.